All right. Before we continue with the character transfer, I did on the background that I go file save as my scene, and I save it as A2F setup version 1. I don't know if it's, yeah, it is visible in the recording. So that later on, if I ever need to come back to this file, I can do that. But yeah, so let's go and do the character transfer. Because this character is we use the character setup, so all the fields should be pre-populated, so we don't have to do too much on there. The one is that because this is a character creator export, we already have presets for those, and in this case I'm going to use the Reolution CC3 Plus preset. I'm also going to load the fitted mesh because again it's a prepared mesh already, and it's done fitted nicely. Then we have the correspondence that I can just hide by now because I don't need to deal with them. We are done with the fitting because we load from the preset, so we skip the task, the step. Now we go do the post wrap. We can simply, again, it's fitted already picked, so we just click the begin post wrap. So post wrap is also done. The face now is already deforming. I'm going to just continue and do the lower denture. So lower denture target transform is also already selected based on the character setup before, and I'm just going to click this jaw motion prep, and it said retarget successfully. Great. Next is that we're going to do the tongue. So tongue is just another 2 buttons to click, so just click this, okay, and then click this, okay. You don't have to do too much about those. Again, it's all pre-populated, and for now we are pretty much done with this window. I'm going to try now, select this gray mark, and I'm going to apply Audio2Face pipeline to it, and I'm going to choose the core type because we want the full face that includes the tongue and the teeth. We're going to switch this to full face core and use the regular audio player and attach. Right. So at this time, if I scrub, you see that the face, Camila's face is already moving like that, but of course we're still missing a bunch of elements that we need to handle. So let's get on to those. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so before we start hooking up on Audio2Face, you see that attached prims, we have the skin, we have tongue, left eye, right eye, lower denture. We need to actually do something first on the dynamic geometry, right? The reason for this is because I'm trying to certain geometry of this, like the eyeballs and the tongue and the teeth, requires transforms, and I want to try to apply this connections before we start changing them, because as soon as you hook something here, the transform will change a little bit based on whatever current state of Audio2Face is. So I'm going to try to drive them first. You'll see that here, let's start with the eye. We have the eye root here, and we have the left eye and the right eye. All right, so for now I'm going to select left eye and going to select the full, with the base eye here is the full one, the 2 eyes. So select left eye, this, and then I'm going to go animation deformer, create prox deformer. This will bring up the prox UI, same way if you open it from the character transfer prox UI here, so the same thing. Then we're going to use max distance. I'm going to put this as maybe 0.5. Oh, yeah, 0.5 there. In order to edit this, you can hold control and then click, then you enter the edit mode. And basically we're trying to use the single eye to drive the two eyes, just this portion because we use max distance, and then we use the other one to drive the other side. So I'm going to try apply, then the right eye to this full eye again, I hit apply. Right, so the other one that we need to apply is the where is it, the tongue. So we have tongue, and we also have lower denture tongue. So tongue result is our driver, and then we have the tongue here, and I'm going to do the same thing this time. No max distance because the tongue is just one, we don't and then apply. So again, select the lower denture tongue result. This is the one with the deformers, and then the dynamic tongue, apply. Right, and the other one is the let's see, there's the lower teeth as well, so it will be this one. So you see base teeth lower, and we're going to drive the full teeth here. Full teeth includes the top and bottom, and this time we're going to use max distance, and we're going to set a really low value because the lower the top and the bottom teeth are very close. So we're going to try to set it with a pretty low value, and we'll see later on if they are okay or not. So I'm going to set to 0.001. Again, use max distance so that we don't include the top teeth, and going to hit apply. And I think, oh yeah, almost there. And we also want to drive the eyelashes and the eyebrow. So brow here, we're going to select the face result, which is, where is it, transfer CC body. I believe there's a CC body result somewhere, this one, right? And we're going to use the result skin to drive, there's the CC body result, we're going to use this to drive the eyebrows, which is there. And no max distance because we just want to drive everything, and apply, which then you see immediately it follows. And what else do we want to drive? We want to drive the eyelash, but for eyelashes to work, we're going to use the intermediate eye water mesh. So we're going to use the body result to drive the eye water first using, just apply. Then we will see that the eye water is now following the deformation, and then we use the eye water to drive the eyelash. And also without distance is fine because we have for both sides, and I use apply. Okay, so eyelash also moving. We don't need to see the eye water anymore, so I'm just going to hide it. And that should be it. Did I miss any? Eyes, tongue, teeth. Okay, so that should be it for all these meshes, that extra meshes that we are trying to drive. We are missing the full body. Yeah, so full body I need to drive as well. So this full body is interesting. We need to drive with the face. So select the face and drive the full body here. And we need max distance because we don't want to include the body here, right? So something, I think 0.5 is probably okay. Again, we try to include as much as possible, and apply. Right, now the face is following. The next is that we want to also drive this full body using our eyelashes. So because our eyelashes in the full body is part of there as well. So I'm also going to select that. This time I'm going to use the very small distance because I'll try with 0.1. because we don't want the eyelashes to actually affecting the skin. So I'll try with that and apply. Again, this looks like a bunch of deformers being stacked together, being applied all in sequence, and you will see why, because now I can hide the eyelashes, and now we have the full body mesh that has eyelashes moving, eyebrows moving, whichever, and the face is also moving fine. And we can try that by just grabbing this, and notice that the eyelashes is following, and it will be deforming fine when the eyes are blinking like that. You see that? Cool. Yep. And let's see what else. Is this working correctly? I may have, yeah, okay, good enough. And what else? Now we need to connect this. So we come back to Audio2Face. Now we connect with the tongue, eye left, eye right, and so on and so forth. So tongue mesh, I do this last because I want to make sure that the meshes are all connected first, especially the one that we want to try to drive before we start changing the transform here. So tongue mesh, this will be the one from Audio2Face template. So it will be this tongue mesh here. See tongue high, and we're going to hit plus. Then the left eye transform will be from our character setup transfer character eye group here, left eye group. I'm going to hit plus, and then the right eye group, I'm going to hit plus. Oh, did I? Oh, sorry, my mistake. I think I didn't change the selection. So left eye to left eye, right to right, and lastly lower denture, it will be this one, and hit plus. Right. So all of them are moving, and we are almost done. If you see here, notice that the teeth here is actually which is the one that we saw. Let me try to find the frame where the mouse is supposed to open. You see that we are selecting the lower denture, lower teeth here, and this is fine, right? But the one that we are trying to drive with prox deformer is actually staying up there. That is not actually moving. And so for this, we have to do a few things to get this to work. And this is, we'll do it on the next step. Thank you.